Excellent. Now, the reason I'm starting with this is because this has been really been the catalyst to digital citizenship. Digital citizenship is the area that I'm most interested in, and it's sort of where my passion is at the moment. I've got a psychology background, a teaching background, and I'm also, of course, working, like many of you, working with a lot of mobile technology and how ICT can be integrated into our learning communities. So I come back to this quite often when I'm talking about digital citizenship, and I feel very strongly that we need to have, when we're trying to get leadership teams and schools on board with digital citizenship, this is a really good place to start. If you look back at, these are just some of the descriptors of what digital citizenship is based on what NetSafe have outlined, and I've just highlighted in blue. Those are the areas, the words highlighted in blue really point to the key competencies in many ways. And I think, again, that last one I'll point you to is that word values, in that I think digital citizenship and the key competencies it puts the mirror back on schools as to what kind of values are they communicating to not only their students but also their parents and the members of the school community. We had a values shared. It's a really good opportunity to, when you're on this journey with a school, is to survey the home behavior and how many devices are in the house, how often are young people able to access devices, and that online reflection and that collaboration is a wonderful thing. But when the kids go home at night and they're competing with siblings or parents for access, that's a very real issue for a lot of our parents, and we've had a lot of feedback where they've shared that. So school values discussed with a common language. What does behavior sound like? What does it look like? Signing a responsible user agreement form, which explains to the, well, I guess it outlines to the students that when they are using certain kinds of technology, their ability to be a good citizen is very much as it would be if it were offline or online. So that's the importance there. Now, just some of the areas that I've broken this down, and this is at an intermediate age, and I wanted to focus on this age in particular because I think you can take a little bit from this age group and apply it to the primary or to the secondary. So we focused on these 4 areas, or have been focusing with our students at Takapuna Intermediate. So devices, cyber safety, hook line information, personal currency, and I'll just quickly take you through each of those. The devices are really, this is a real logistical security piece for the parents, just to ensure that when they invest in a personal device for their young people, that it is properly looked after, and that comes back to the key competencies of managing self and also knowing when and where it's best to use the technology. The cyber safety, I know this is a huge one, huge space, but it's really about taking that barrier between offline and online. Young people have a very skewed sense of what is real online and what is real offline, and a lot of them seem to think that they have this anonymity online that they don't offline. And so if you wouldn't say it face to face, why would you say it Facebook to Facebook, kind of thing? The next one is hook line information, which could be online or offline information, and it's really about triangulating resources, making sure that that they're using Google in a smart way. So that might be using Google Advanced Search, looking up images that are free to use and share, so you can explore Creative Commons with them at this stage. Looking at not overlooking print. Young people seem to have a lot of them do have an impression that if it's in print, it's not as interesting or engaging as online. So it's about looking at hook line. What kind of things hook us into the information that we are seeking? Ah, yes. Okay, so that's wrapping it up. I will just say one last thing here, in that questions that surprised us along the way, of course, is around at what point do students own their own data? What does that data look like by the end of year 2, 6, 8, and 13? So that's just a brief skim over, obviously, and I will happily make this available to people afterwards. So thanks for listening.